My bad. That's the way it started off, right? Most High bless. Coming through. Thought they could mute me. Thought Satan could take me out with his devices. No, man. Be back in it. So, new background, whatever. Uh, New book of wisdom, you know. Um, we're gonna be dealing with Ecclesiastes today, man. We're gonna get to Ecclesiastes. I think Ecclesiastes only has about 12 chapters, so we'll figure it out on day 13. So, that being said, let's just get it started, man. They really tried to mute me, bro. OGP. So, Ecclesiastes, what could I say about Ecclesiastes before we actually get into it? Okay, so I like to say this. The Psalms is like getting yourself clean, right? It's like milk, getting yourself ready to serve the Most High. And Proverbs is more so like fighting the good fight, right? Using wisdom to deter enemies and deter traps and walk the other direction. Ecclesiastes is a little different. Ecclesiastes is like, look, sometimes you get what you're supposed to get, and sometimes you don't. Even if you do good, even if you use wisdom, right? This is what Ecclesiastes is like really about. Like, but ultimately, you may get like the little things in this life, but ultimately the judgment is gonna come from the Most High, right? So that's the ultimate thing that Ecclesiastes is pushing. Sometimes the wicked prolong their life, and sometimes the righteous die young. But understand, at the end of the day, the Most High gonna use judgment to judge them both. All right, so really looking at the words of the preacher, the son of David, king in Jerusalem. So that's the thing we need to understand about the Bible as well, is that more than likely it's always going to tell you who is it talking to, right? So, or who's writing the letter. Who's it talking to usually, but who's writing the letter? It says the words of the preacher, the son of David, king of Jerusalem. So this is Solomon, right? King of Jerusalem, son of David. It says, vanity of vanity, says the preacher, vanity of vanity, all is vanities. All right, so what does this mean? What does vanity mean? So when we look at this word in Hebrew, actually, we could just pull it up because we got resources. I don't even have to explain it. We're going to go to the interlinear, right? We're going to click that interlinear, right? The bar, Wahath, Ban, the Wad, Malak, Yarashalayim. Right? So we actually need the next verse. Salakia. My bad. Habal. Vanity, vanity. Let's look up this word real quick. Because, I could just be saying anything. Vapor, breath, smoke. Here today, gone tomorrow. That's what he's saying. Vanity of vanity. Immediate leaving, immediate gratification, right? Habal, Amar, Wahal, Wahath, Habal, right? All is vanity, man. It's like 10 times you say that in the verse. It's smoke, it's smoke, all is smoke. It is vapor, it is vapor. It's like a warning, right? Hear me, speak, speak, saith the preacher. Wahath, right? It's all vanity. It's a warning. It's like it's almost sounding like a ringing the alarm. It's vanity, saith the preacher. Vanities of vanity. All is vanity. All is vapor. All is smoke. All is here today, gone tomorrow. That bill you worrying about, that rent, that when you even though you've been late 6 times out of the 12 months you gotta pay rent, it's all vanity, right? Let's continue. He says, what profit hath the man of all his labor which taketh under the sun? One generation passeth, and another go down, and another cometh, but the earth bideth forever. Right? They tell you global warming, we gonna die, y'all. Nah, we gonna be alright. The earth gonna be here forever, man. Y'all can go to Mars if you want to. He says, the sun ariseth, and the sun goeth down, and it hasteth to his place, and he arose. The wind bloweth toward the south and toward the north, and it whirleth about continually. The wind returneth again according to its circuit. So the wind has circuits, right? The wind has a schedule. The wind has a movement. Like when you're in Israel or you're in the deserts of Israel, there's like an eastern wind that comes, and it's also mentioned in the Bible. And it's just a giant, big gust of wind, and it'll probably come like every 10 minutes or something like that, But it's like it's showing you that wisdom is in the air, wisdom is in the sun, right? The things that Yah has ordained are still operating in their proper manner of wisdom, right? He says, verse 7, all the rivers run into the sea, yet the sea is not full. Unto the place whence the rivers come, thither they return again. So even the water has circuits, right? Even the water has pathways, just like your blood has pathways, right? We get our body from the earth and we mimic the earth with our blood and our veins, just like the river. Our hair like the bush or like the vines in my current state, you know, it's like we mimic the earth. It says all things are full of labor. Men cannot utter. The eye is not satisfied with seeing, nor the ear with hearing. Right? All things are full of labor. Everything. This curtain, this seat down, the pillow I'm sitting on, this water bottle. This was made in the factory of men who was Moabites who was made for labor. Right? These lights, it's all things are labor. This garment I made is labor. This video is labor. All things is labor. Right? It says man cannot utter it. You can't even utter how much things labor, how much work it is in this thing, man. It says the eyes is not satisfied with seeing, nor the ear with hearing. So let me try to make this into a similitude so most people can understand this. I mean, we all seen some things and we thought it was one thing, but it was another, and we all heard some things and didn't believe it. So there's no need to really get into that. It's pretty simple to understand. I think so. It says And that's the thing. It says the eyes ain't satisfied with seeing. Like you ain't satisfied with seeing like the chariots of the Most High in the sky, and it got to be an alien from Andromeda galaxy from the 10th dimension. Like it needs to be all this extra stuff, right? Same thing with hearing, right? When Israel get on the news and they sing songs. So this is what happened. It was like 12 leprechauns and a dragon, and they was all making muffins. And I was like, let me get up out of here. And that's when they started shooting. It's like, all right, bro. You know what I'm saying? So it's it's folly. I'm being a little silly right now. I can understand that, but it's wisdom, it's reality, right? You gotta laugh and to stop yourself from crying sometimes. Because that's the things that have been, is that which shall be, and that which is done is that which shall be done. And there is no new thing under the sun. Ain't nothing new under the sun. The women still looking at you with the eyelashes, with the looks. They still wearing the extra thin fabrics, and you know, nothing new under the sun. People always been doing drugs. People always been doing getting having um irregular sexual fantasy. It's not really liberation. It's something that's actually been going on since the beginning of time. You know what I'm saying? So he says, is there anything which whereof that may be said and see say this is new? It have already been of old time, which was before us. People would be like, man, cell phones. But I'm sure it was a time where we could like connect with each other mentally, like without even using these devices. And I'm sure we're gonna get to that point again. You know, he says, and that's the thing, man. You can see that with Mashiach. You know, when you see Nathaniel under the fig tree when they was coming to get the Messiah, and they said, "Can anything come out of thing I forgot? Can anything good come out the hood?" Pretty much, that's what he said, right? Can anything good come out of Bethlehem? Was it Bethlehem? Maybe, right? Yeah, Bethlehem. Can anything good come out the hood? And he said, "Come and see." And then he said, "Yo, when he came and got thee, I saw thee under the fig tree." Right? Just to he said, "Where you know me from, bro?" He said, "Whence thou knowest me? Where you know me from, eh?" Right? And Mashiach said unto him, "Before Philip came and got thee, when thou was under the fig tree, I saw thee." Then he said unto him, "Rabbi, Master, thou art the Son of God, thou art the King of Israel." And Messiah said unto him, "Because I said unto thee, I saw thee under the fig tree, believest thou? Thou shalt see greater things than these." And he said unto them, "Verily, verily, I say unto you, hereafter you shall see heaven open, and the angels of the Most High ascending and descending upon the Son of Man." So we read that because why? Because it's about understanding that we're gonna be able to do these same things that the Messiah is doing. Right? This is what we gotta understand. We're gonna be able to heal, and we're gonna be able to put down and destroy at our discretion. Right? We're gonna be able to walk on water, like all these different things. Right? It says, I mean, let me see if I can find it, man, because I hate when people just be talking and they don't be pulling nothing up. Let's see. That's the thing. It's like if you can't prove it, then you shouldn't really be saying it. Yeah, should do greater works. He believes on me. And he shall also do greater works than these. She shall do, because I go unto my Father. He that believeth on me, the works that I do, shall he do also. And greater works than these shall he do. So that's exactly what I was looking for. So when we see Messiah doing all these amazing works, turning wine into water and healing people, and you like, man, this brother bugged out. Not really, because I'm pulling it up right here. I'm pulling it up right here. Well, he just pulling one verse. Well, we could like, bro, that's not me. Believe me that I am in the Father and the Father is in me, or else believe me for the very work's sake. All right. Whatsoever you ask in my name, Bashum Mashiach Yahweh Shai, that will I do in my Father's name, that my Father may be glorified in the Son. If you shall ask anything in my name, I will do it. If you love me, keep my commandments. So that's more like if you just ask. Like that's the thing, man. I ain't gonna get no money. I ain't gonna get no like too much wisdom on these things, man. But like really put them prayers up with passion. You know what I'm saying? With good energy, praying to the Most High, man. Shoot, sometimes, shoot, why not? Why wouldn't I give it to y'all, right? Shoot, sometimes you gotta sing to the Most High. You know, He like it when you sing to Him. That's why I say sing songs to Him. You know, sing songs to the Most High. That's wisdom too, right? So it's like this is the important thing, man. You don't want to be um, listening to people who can't prove the things that they saying. You know what I'm saying? It's like you don't want to deal with nobody that really can't look into like everything they saying. So that being said, says there is no remembrance of former things, neither shall there be any remembrance of the things that come with those that shall come after. People don't remember David was a brown brother Israelite with braids and had 100 wives and doing his thing or whatever. Like I don't know. I don't know if it's 100. I'm I'm adding. Um, Solomon definitely had 1,000. That's a known fact, but that's not known to everybody. Like my homie wouldn't know that. My mama wouldn't know that. You know. So even though he was great in all his splendor and wonder, still forgotten amongst even the greatest, the people today don't even know Solomon. He says, I, the preacher, was king over Israel. He got to tell his story because people ain't going to remember it, right? And I gave my heart to seek wisdom, to search out wisdom, and concerning all things that are done under the heaven. This sore travail that the Most High had given the sons of men to be exercised therewith. I have seen all the works that are done under the sun, and behold, all is vanity, all is smoke, all is fleeting, all is here today, gone tomorrow. They hail you, then they nail you, no matter who you are. Right? All is vanity and vexation. Girl, you vexing me. Give me some space. Let me breathe for a minute. You know, I'm gonna take a walk, man. Let me get some air. You know, all is vanity, vexation of spirit. That which is crooked cannot be made straight, and that which is wanting cannot be numbered. That which is crooked, that which is wicked, can that just want to be wicked without even cause cannot be made righteous. And that which is needy and always needy and not willing to put in no work cannot be satisfied. All right. I commune with my heart. I sat with my heart. You know, when you eat, like when you on a date or you hanging out with a good friend, y'all having a good time. Man, we ain't did this since we was like 16, bro. I'm happy we did this. Right? I commune with my heart. Right? He's setting the table, right? Saying, "Lo, I have come to great estate. I have gotten more wisdom than all they that have been before me in Jerusalem. Yea, my heart had great experience of wisdom and knowledge." He's talking to his heart right now, right? He says, "I gave my heart to know wisdom, and to know madness, and to know folly." All right. I gave my heart to know the Most High's wisdom, to study Proverbs, my father's books, study Psalms, my father's books, right? Study Moses, my ancestors, right? My forefathers, right? I also gave myself to madness, like drunkenness and women, and gambling and this and that, and folly, being goofy, being where I'm not supposed to be. But I perceive that this is also vexation of spirit. This is also a vexation. This is also a problem. There's no peace in either one. For in much wisdom, there's much grief. The more wisdom you get, the more grief you're gonna receive, right? And he that increases knowledge increases sorrow, right? When you find out, oh shit, I can't really eat the porky. Can't really eat the pork bacon anymore, mom. Yes, Sarah, we gotta stop eating the pork. It's killing us. It's giving us cancer. It's making my hair fall out, babe. I can't do it. I'm sorry. I'm sad. I'm sorrowful. Right? And when you increase that knowledge, you understand. Well, dang, I can't really wear my Yu-Gi-Oh shirt because it's on a polyester. I gotta get me a cotton, and maybe don't get no, don't put no Yu-Gi-Oh shirt on. Just get a nice little cool low key shirt, right? Maybe Japanese style or something. Whatever, man. It's like that's the thing. You increase the knowledge of it. You got to figure it out now. Those things. I'm not necessarily saying it's an idol or per se, but it says a man is known by his attire. You know, so it's like if you want to be known by your attire, and you Israel, and you want to serve the Most High, you should dress like Israel. Now, there's nothing wrong with having the things that you enjoy the things that you like. It's not a sin. But I will say a lot of culture, a lot of traditions of men tend to trace back to demonic and witchcraft, rituals, and serving other gods. So take that with a grain of salt, man. Right? So that's the whole that's a beautiful way to kind of go out on this, right? Because it's about understanding when you increase in wisdom, when you increase in knowledge, yeah, you can't do the same things you used to do. You can't, necessarily go to the same places you used to go to. And that's cool, bro, because you're gonna find different places with different people with a different vibe, and they gonna be on the same walk that you walking on. So you gotta be willing to let it go. And that's the whole part of the wisdom. You gotta be willing to release it. And when you release it, something else is gonna come to you because you gotta understand space just need to be taken up, right? That's why we got stuff in the cribs. That's why we got water bottles, man. That's why space needs to be created and then filled. So once the space is empty, it has to be filled with something better. So that being said, man, I'm gonna say shalom. Most High bless y'all and peace out.